Hello and welcome to another video on GAMA. In this video, I will show you how to use the interactive console in GAMA. The interactive console lets you make use of the same GAMA language syntax, not for writing a model, but for querying a model. To begin with, let's look at some of the uses of this interactive console. In the last video on search options, I had shown you how to access the help from the online documentation of GAMA. Please check that video for more details. That video is linked in the info bar at the top right of this video. But there is another way to read the documentation, especially if you are coming from languages like Python or R. In GAMA, you have this interactive console that you can use to do something similar. Let's look here at the bottom of the GAMA window. Type a question mark followed by any GAMA keyword, facet, or an operator. Let's say, for example, reflex. This shows you the documentation related to reflex. Let's take another example, the operator add. You may call this a bit old school, but then one advantage is that you do not need an internet connection. What we have seen was an interactive console with GAMA in edit mode. Now let's see what we can get from this interactive console when we are in the simulation mode. This is where the magic starts. Let's take an example from the road traffic tutorial and model number 7. Let's run this model. By default, you will see the regular console and not the interactive console. The interactive console is just behind the regular console. I will show you how to use this console with some examples. You are in the simulation mode like now. Then you can use inspect people 58, for example. This opens the inspect window where you can see more details about the selected agent, in this case agent 58. Although you can see the properties of the agent using inspect, the next question is, where is this agent in our simulation? You can find its location by using focus on. This puts the agent in the center of the display. The focus on will center the agent, but the extent of the display is not restricted to the extent of the agent. So there might be other agents of the same kind or a different kind in the same display. To differentiate the selected agent, we can use highlight. So highlight people 58. There you see. That is our agent. It is possible that you are using the highlighted color for some other agents in your model. In such a case, you have the flexibility to change the highlighted color to a color of your choice. For example, highlight people 58 color red. So you see now that the agent is highlighted in red color. As you inspect an agent, you might also want to look at not just one agent, but all the agents of a given species. You can easily do this with browse. For example, browse building. This opens the population table of the building species in our model. Let's now take this a level up. We increase the interaction by writing not just a statement, but a query. For example, you want to look at the buildings that are industrial buildings. So we can write browse building where each dot type is equal to industrial. There you see on the right a population table, but just with the buildings that are of the type industrial. Let's look at another example. Write group by building type. This shows you a list of buildings grouped by their type, that is, industrial or residential. Let's do the same for people. I want to know the people who are working and those who are resting at this moment. So we use the following statement. So we see group of people who are all resting. And we see all of them are resting. That's because it's midnight according to the model time. Let's just run the model for some time and we come back to this console. Now we have run the model for some time. Let's get back to the query. Write people group by each dot objective. Now we see some agents are resting and some of them are working. Great. Next, let's make it even more complex. Let's say I want to look at people who are resting and also whose name or agent ID is more than 90. You can also use browse to see the results in a tabular format. There you go. We have combined two queries in one statement. You can make it as complex as you want, as long as it is a single line statement. Last but not the least, I will show you something that you should not use very often unless you really know what you're doing. But I'll show you anyway, but use it with caution. Let's say you want to kill an agent, that is, remove the agent from the simulation. For example, I want to remove agent 58. So we first focus on it. We then highlight. And then we use the ask statement with a do die. That's it. You have removed the agent from the simulation. You can also change the attribute value of an agent using the same trick. Let's see the following example. Focus on, highlight, inspect, ask agent, objective, change it to something else. There you see that the objective has now changed. That's all for this video. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to this channel and I will see you in the next video.